Okay, before I start, I honestly always question myself with the time that I choose to do this drama recap. Because honestly, each time I try to do this, it's always in the night because that's the only time that I get for this month. But anyways, I just always have to just pull up my big girl pants and say I'm a big girl because honestly, I really want to do this recap. So anyways, let's go. We are exactly where we left off in episode 3, where we're at the abandoned place. We capture the teens that decided to do reckless things by doing vlogging in an abandoned place. And then they decided to summon things that they don't know who they're summoning, but they summon somebody. And now Toop sees that person and he's afraid as hell, and Singha sees it, and of course Singha's doing his duty by touching him, making sure that specific thing left. Did it leave fully? Not sure. All we know, it's definite, their little moment is definitely seen by the teens and the other police. You're like, dude, do we need to do this here right now? You know what's so funny and cute at the same time is the fact that Singha is trying to explain to his colleagues that what he's doing is just helping Toop getting rid of the unseen. Now, how he's saying it's like he's hiding their relationship or something, but I love that he did it even though he didn't believe in the supernatural, but he's doing it. And even Toop sees it and sees it's cute that he's actually helping him even though he doesn't believe it. Okay, so they're heading back to the station, and Singha in the car ride asks Toop what he saw. Of course, he saw a ghost. Then Toop took out the talismans and the creepy doll that he saw at the root of the tree and showed him. Now, see, this is the part that I find Toop needs a big slap. Why would you take it with you? Hell, why would you have it with your bare hands? We don't touch those shit. Not with our hands. Not with our bare hands. And you have it in there knowing that you're explaining what this thing is. He's like, oh, I thought one of the teens were the one that put it there, so it makes sense that I brought it with us. I'm like, sir, at what point in time why would you open it? We don't do those shit. We don't do that. At this point, I question your monk life. Like, at what point did you not learn what not to do when doing stuff like this? Did you just started learning a monk life on the supernatural? Because clearly, you definitely need that license revoked. Anyways, Toop is trying to explain to him the ghost that he saw, and he believes that the ghost that he saw is not a good one because all the ghosts that he encountered doesn't hurt anyone. So he believes this ghost who's hurting them is being controlled or going by an order. So whoever is giving the order is definitely a shaman or something. Either way, this ghost is working by an order, like someone is controlling it. So at home, Toop is doing his offerings and praying because he did touch something bad. And then Singha is like, what are you doing? I have to pray. Ask for protection because I touched something bad last night. The hell you did? At least you have some sense to know that you need to wash away that bad voodoo. Anyways, Toop then said he woke up 5 o'clock in the morning just to go out to get offerings and also a protection ring, which I don't remember what it's called, but it's a protection ring. And actually, it's not just a one, he got 2. It's like a couple's ring. But then, Toop has many explanation to all the things that he does, which clearly sounds like you're flirting, but hey, his words, not mine. When Singha saw the ring and saw that Toop is also wearing the same one, he's like, does these protection ring come in pairs or something? Toop says yes. What do you think? I'm stupid for protecting you and not getting protection myself? Did you see the things that's happening around? I ain't gonna make you want to get the protection. I need protection too. Now, this boy keeps getting the truth out like it's just flies. The way he keeping up these excuses at this point is definitely flirting. I am glad the way our singer accepted the ring without complaining about it. But let's talk reality here. The fact that you're okay of accepting these things from a total stranger, leaving him in his own little part of your own house, leaving the house and coming in the house, cooking for you and all that stuff, isn't this kind of weird? So this is so funny because Singer gotten used to the fact that Toop always cooked breakfast and dinner for him to the point that he was expecting to see breakfast at the table. But turns out Toop did not have breakfast because he spent all this money on the offerings and the whole ring thing because he woke up 5 o'clock and spent all this money, so he is completely broke for now and he can't afford anything. Homeboy was willing to take off the fruits from the offering, and I'm like, dude, do you want to upset the gods? Don't do that. Singer had to tell him how we can just go out and eat. At this point, Singer, you owe this boy. I understand, but Toop, don't spend off your rent money. Rent due every day, every day. The mood was great until this dude walks in. I cannot believe the fact that our security level is low. Like, how is he walking in the house, let alone have access to the house itself? It makes me know that Singha has not gotten over King, because why does he has access? After this, Singer either needs to change the locks or be eye alert on his security, like keep the doors locked. I don't give a shit if you can't look through it, keep it locked. Okay, let's talk off topic for a bit. Otto, you're tall, you're good looking, but you portrayed your character so good to the point that I hate him. So, if anyone says, hey, I hate your character in God Especially from Death, that's a compliment. That means you're doing your job good. And then Pavel, oh my God, I don't know what they training you in the gym for, because you got the waist and the kick. And then you have Pooh. Pooh, my friend, they've been definitely brushing your ear a lot. You have the nalak in you, you have the cuteness in you. So yeah, I'm loving this drama. The only problem is I can't get the strength to do it at night, but yet I'm always recapping this thing at night. So bear with me. Anyways, King came to tell them that their little couple moment on the crime scene site place was all over social media, considering the teens was live streaming and the phone was pointed towards the tree where Toop and Singer was, which their little hug was all over stream because the live did not end. Now my question is, sir, do you not have anything to do to be actually watching the live? It shows that you knew about everything, but you didn't do anything, right? You know what I think about King? King wants to be next to Singha so bad, because look at it. When they worked together and got into a problem, they transferred Singer somewhere else, and then King just came out of the precinct, right? But when Singer come back to the precinct, then you see that King came. Didn't King just follow Singer anywhere he goes? I just feel like he did, because he could have stayed wherever the hell he was, but instead he must have convinced his daddy to put him back exactly where he was before, all because of Singha. And sir, I don't know what your game is, but Singer don't want you near him. Plus, he's trying to progress some feelings with his witness here, and you're kind of, ruining the moment. Oh, you can't tell me nothing. The face that Singer is showing is a person who ready to move on, and he's ready to move on with Toop. He's showing lovey eyes. The man shared the house with you. At this point, Singer's heart is easily flustered, easily to be fallen. I love this shot. It shows that they put a lot of money and effort and a lot of camera work in this one scene. Because what you're talking about, they're driving extra fast, and I want to see the camera itself that was used. I need to look at the behind the scene footage to see if they have it after this recap. Okay, so they arrive at the location, and Toop looked at Singer and asked Singer, is like, how is King having access to your house even though you don't like each other? And Singer said, it's just, you know, stuff happens. But then Toop made a gesture saying that, it's not fair that he gets to have a spare key to the house and I don't. I'm like, dude, you are a stranger. We need to put reality to motion here. You're a stranger. Why should Singer give you a spare key? Anyway, Singer's like, you shouldn't be like jealous of that because it's just spare key. But if you want a spare key, it doesn't make any sense because you always go home with me. Then he started indicating that if you feel like I'm gonna fall for him, it's not gonna happen. Plus, I ain't gonna fall for you because my type of guy is not the type that actually see ghosts or fight ghosts or anything. So, Tope's like, I didn't say anything else, but if you're trying to indicate to me that you're kind of falling for me, thanks for telling me. I'm so up and down with this recap that I don't even know what I'm saying for which is which. So I'm just trying to rush into this recap to end it so I can watch ABC 123 to get my mind in a very happy mood instead of a scary mood. But anyways, I did love how Tup was like, I'm a temple boy. I was raised to not steal from anyone. Especially knowing that the person that I am around is actually in a relationship with somebody, and I don't want to be that type of person to steal that person from someone when that person is taken. That is why Singer said, like, dude, I'm not in a relationship. Plus, the type that I'm into is not like ghosts or anybody is into ghosts or supernatural things. And I think that's why, not I think, that's why Toop says I didn't say anything, but if you're trying to tell me that you like me, okay. Then you have these two. I ain't gonna lie you, these two, their relationship in this drama got worse. I mean, in Pit Babe, you think Pit Babe was worse? No. This is the worst. This. And it gets even annoying down the episode, but hey, I'll let you know when the annoying part kicks in this one. But anyways, Say decided to wake up from his hangover, drinking a lot. He's like, my head hurts. How did I get here? And I'm like, what do you mean your head hurts? Then he started saying, I don't remember anything. Dude, you don't remember anything, but your body language sure reminds you that you need to be at Darden's house. Like you use the last strand of your willpower to get yourself to Darden instead of your own condo. Darden is like, you shouldn't be doing this. We shouldn't be here, but you sure like to come over, and started teasing him. Like, dude, who are you to be talking like this? Didn't you make it clear that you and him will never be in a relationship, yet alone you're kind of secretly loving the fact that homeboy still remembers you even when he's drunk? I'm not gonna lie, I feel it for Michael in both Pit Babe and this one. I feel it for Say because clearly he loves Darren. He really does, but Darren is making it so hard. And he can move on, but he doesn't want to move on because maybe in his mind or in his heart, Say feels like if he doesn't move on, Darren will slowly start to recognize his presence and actually love him. But that's not what's happening. I feel like that Say should move on. Like, it's the first time I've ever given an advice to someone that, clearly the relationship is there. But I feel like Say should move on. Because this is not a healthy relationship. Yes, it's friends with benefits, you have sex and that's it. But Darden seems to be good at knowing what friends with benefits and the rules are, because how you doing all this and not feel anything? Of course he felt something. But why is he... Were they in a relationship? If so, why are we still having sex and not start a relationship? How is this a healthy thing? Anyways, while Darren is acting bitchy for the fact that Say must have made a comment saying that, same old things, he's got to move on, whatever, whatever. And Darren's like, what's wrong with the same old thing? And he's got upset walking off. Then Say got a message from the guy that he met at the bar saying that he wants to visit and stuff like that. Say looked at Darwin and I'm like, you do not need permission from homeboy there. Move it on. Move on. Why are you looking at Darwin? Now at the station, both King and Singha are questioning the teenager, and Singha was being a bad cop and King was being the good cop. Technically the good cop wasn't doing shit. But anyways, Singha was asking them what they were running from, and King's like, obviously you were running from someone, but the kid's like, no, they weren't running from anyone. Then Singha's like, then why were you at the crime scene? You know it's illegal to be at the crime scene, right? And they try to explain, but they said that it makes no sense if they tell them what they saw because they won't believe. Then Singer is like, you saw a ghost, right? And one of them's like, did you see it too? Did you believe us? Now, Singer doesn't believe in ghosts, but a certain someone makes him trying to believe the fact that might happen. They said that they saw something. But at this point, they don't want to see it, and they're begging the gods to not let them see it. They're still in trouble, but they got off with a warning. These teenagers really took their channel seriously because look at the fact that they're wearing merch. Should I do merch? I don't know. Who the hell would buy my merch? Anyways, moving on. No, seriously, who the hell is this person? She looks like a nurse, but we can't tell. She's a warrior, that's for sure. Whatever it is definitely doing damage. And Toop sees it. But the question is, are we going to solve her? Because she seems to be the main person, everything. I saw in the poster. And whoever this person is in this costume, you're doing good. Oh, and by the way, when Singha asked the teens about the talismans and to ask them if they're the one that brought it to the crime scene, they said no. They didn't do anything. All they did was some foolishness that brought unnecessary things, but they did nothing about it. Which means Toop touched something that didn't belong. Like, that was there for a while, but like, oh my God. After the teens left, King tries to ask for a second chance with Singha to work like old times. Singha basically says that he will never work with King even if he's the last person on earth. Now, that's not exactly fully Singha's words, but that's how it felt like. After that conversation, you can see Toops giving King the evil eyes. He's like, back away from my man. Even though the relationship has not started, he's out here making sure that he gets Singha. Considering Singha is single, he's not gonna let you walk into his plan. He's planning to get this boy, and if you're into this, you're ruining the old plan. Now they feel like they're at square one because they've gone through all the evidence. At least that's what it feels like it does, and still can't find any leads. Then Singha found these two booklets which both victims had, and it could lead them to somewhere because it's leading them to one place. But when Singha showed Toop says places like these don't do stuff like this unless it's like in the back end. But we're gonna check it out just in case because this is suspicious. When they got to the place, they asked someone about a specific question. I don't remember what they asked, but it's something about ritual. And he's like, they don't do that there until this man comes talking about we do this thing on Saturday. But then Toop, who knows all these stuff, asked a question, a specific question. And the man's like, we don't do that. That's just old myth or belief. We don't do those things. We only do like the white good part of it, if that makes sense. So if I find out that you have anything to do with anything of these things, you better count your days. Let me tell you something. Adding Toop to this whole entire situation is the best thing that Singha has ever done. Because tell me why this boy saw that everyone is hopeless and he has nothing on no leads. And the boy is like, if there's 7 bodies, does that mean it goes by the day, like the day they were born? found out, come to think that each day that they call, like the person that born on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, all the way to Saturday, that's when they died. Like, are you telling me these people are dying exactly? So it's 7 bodies, 7 days of the weeks. Creepy, but yeah, we saw something. I don't see where King got involved in this though. They were having a cute moment because Singer is thanking Toop for his help because Toop made everything easier, and if they play their cards right, they might end this off great. To be honest, what if the person that ended up killing himself in the precinct actually saw something? Can you imagine? They're trying to finish this project or this investigation faster, but the reason they can't finish it is because this has to do with supernatural. And thanks for Toop, you're actually getting somewhere. I don't care what anyone says. I think King is jealous of Singha and Toop and the way they're having their moments because he doesn't have Singha. So he's going to try all tactics to get to Singha because I doubt it's just a partner relationship they had. I feel like they had a relationship together. Anyways, the presence of King definitely irritates Singha, and Singha is like, why are you here? I don't want you here. King is like, why didn't you invite me to the investigation of your, whatever you saw? Because technically, I'm your superior. You're supposed to be listening to me. Me and you should be working together. You can tell it was getting hot real fast in these arguments. So Tope got up because it's always about him. So he decided to just leave the circle because he doesn't want to cause any more problems. Then Singer looked at him finally. Here's the thing. He's like, if you're gonna go home, go to the part where I hide my spare key, which is under the flower pot. And I'm like, see, you got privilege. You gain the access for a spare key. Ain't that cute? Still, Singer, you're easily letting a stranger who we barely even know to know where a spare key is. After Tup left, King is expressing his concern about Tup. He says to Singha that he is finding it very strange how Singha is being so comfortable letting suspects stay in their house and being comfortable to have to know where the spare key is. Singha looked at King and said, it's none of your business what I do to my house, who I bring in my house, which technically is true, but you have to admit King was on the right track here. Like, you bring a stranger into your house. Then also reminded King that Tope is not a suspect, he's a witness, and he's helping them with the investigation, and so far they're on a lead. I don't see what King is doing. He's just sitting down and letting Daddy gives him all the credit again. Say then went to Singha and went to talk to him in private. Thank God, because Singha, you see the tension between King and Singha. Anyways, Singha said he wants advice relationship-wise with him and Darwin. Say said he wants advice with him and Darwin. Anyway, Singha's like, are you two getting back together? Say's like, I don't even know. I wish, but at the rate how things are going, he's not sure. So he said that he wants to move on, but he's also don't want to move on. Singha advises Say to follow his heart, and whatever his heart goes, go with it. If he feels like he wants to move on, he should move on. If he feel like he want to stay with Doubting, do that. But you have to go with one. You can't just pick two. You can't have your cake and eat it at the same time. So that's how the saying goes. Then Say saw the ring on Singha's hand and tried to change the subject, and it's like, who gave you that ring? And Singha's like, well, Tup gave me the ring as protection. And Say's like, oh, protection, huh? Because it kind of looks like a couple's ring, because I feel like I know that Tup has one too. So Singha's like, stop going off track. Talk about you. Focus on yourself. Say also said that Singha needs to focus on himself too, considering you're in the same boat as me. Kinda. because you're dealing with King, but also dealing with a new potential person that you harbors in your house. Let me tell you something. Both of these characters is into a serious predicament, but I ain't gonna lie, you say wins the battle because his is a lot worse than anyone could ever imagine. Singer and King is in interrogation room interrogating a guy that's in prison that Singer feels is innocent. With all the shit that's going on and the fact that this man is in prison for the same thing that they're solving, it means that maybe this guy is innocent. But he's not telling them what or who he feels like is guilty. They did know. Singer convinces the man to tell the story that he told police countless of times that they don't believe him. But seeing that Singer and Tup are like literally in the same misbelief or belief, Singer wants to help this man because he believes that this man is innocent. So he was arrested in 2015. So in 2015, he tells the story again to Singer and King, but he can't really tell exactly what's happened. All he knows, he saw some creepy shit and he ran away. When he went to the police themselves arrested him. Maybe whoever is doing this has links to the police, because how is it that this person is doing this thing and still getting away with it? And then the police wants everyone to wrap up the investigation. You're not telling me that these police are not involved? Come on now. Then these two, they're looking at the doll again, and up closer inspection, they saw hair, which they can use as a DNA to find out who the hell this thing belongs to or the hair belongs to. Now, Daddy is getting scared because he's seeing the same thing that Tup and the teens see. The question is, why is this one after them? Because it's definitely after them. Now, say who doesn't believe in this shit, seeing Darren being clingy to him, he feels like Darren is just doing this to get closer to him. Meanwhile, at home, I ain't gonna lie, you, Tup is definitely making himself comfortable. He's cleaning, he's making sure everything is all nice. Then Singer called. Singer said exactly what the man told them, and Tup is telling them what all this means and what's next to do. Then Singer said to Tup that he won't be there until late in the night. So Tup says, it's okay, I'll wait for you and I'll cook for you. Dude, the fact that Singer hears that this boy is gonna cook for him and wait for him, the fact that he has someone waiting for him at home gives him a big smile. I ain't gonna lie you, I thought when Singer come off the phone, King would be behind him and he's like, who are you talking to? What are we talking about? Stuff like that. But I'm guessing I'm too messy for this. See, this is the part that got me pissed and upset. So Darwin was walking, minding his own business. But then again, when it comes to Say, whose business is it? Anyways, he sees that Say is getting food from the guy that he met at the bar. And Darren decides to walk up and making it known that he knows Say way too much than he shouldn't. So Say is like, okay, hey, this is Darren, he's my co-worker. Darren is like, co-worker, that's what we are now. I'm like, bitch, what are we doing? Don't do that, Darren. Don't do it. And he made everything awkward to the point that homeboy is like, okay, I think I should be leaving now. I don't want to get into whatever this mess is. After the man left, Say is like, why did you do that? Why are you making it look like we're together? And he's like, oh, I just want to say hi to your date. And I'm like, what are we doing? Darren, are we this messy now? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we are now? Like, dude, weren't you the one acting up in front of everyone that we're not together? Why the hell are you acting like you're together now? Say even looked at Darren and is like, why are you acting like you own me? Why are you acting like you're controlling me? Like, we are not in a relationship. You know that. Then Darren says that, yeah, we're sex buddies. And I'm like, if you acknowledge that and you know what you two are, why the frig are you going about acting like the jealous boyfriend? Didn't we acknowledge that you don't want to be in a relationship with that would say no, help me understand this red flag. This is a different color flag. It can't be a red flag, because Darren is telling everybody that he's not in a relationship with Say, nor will he ever be in a relationship with Say. But yet when Say is trying to move on, you're making it that Say shouldn't be in a relationship. Like, you don't want him to be in a relationship, but you don't want him either. Like, what kind of color flag is that? Bitch, if you don't crawl up into the corner where you're supposed to be, know your place, sir. Know your place. Because, this isn't, nope. This not it. I don't like it. I feel like I'm watching Charlie then Toop, because he's in an apron, and I feel like I'm watching Pit Babe. But anyways, Toop is cleaning, because he's definitely making himself useful, cleaning the house, and he found some pictures tucked away, and I think Singer was not letting that to be shown on purpose. I think he meant to throw it away, because clearly we see that Singer doesn't like King. But anyways, why did I mention King? Is because in those photos is King and Singer, making us feel or see that King and Singer were definitely in a romantic relationship. Whatever happens, it's not even happening, but it did hurt Toop, because he feels like maybe he is stealing somebody. Maybe he's gonna get hurt, because he's seeing that Singer still has the photos. Maybe he does have lingering feelings for King, right? Anyways, an interruption happened. Something fell off a shelf, and when he checked, it came off like the part where the protection statue was, which means something is off, right? Then we see that Darren got the email of the DNA test results, and he's trying to call Say but can't get to him. Like, bitch, what do you expect? You just cause a problem. You expect him to just, oh, hello, what's up? No. Why would he answer you? Call somebody else. Instead, Homeboy's like, send a voice message like, oh, the result comes in, we're going over to Singha's place to discuss these things. Like, sir, do you really think he's going to even listen to the voice notes? The chance that you probably might get is actually call Singer to tell Singer the problem. Don't call Say. You and Say just have a problem already, you dumb shit. But while Darren was trying to leave the area, strange things happening. And when he got to his car, he saw that the thing, and I'm going to call it a thing because I just want to actually keep my mind in a bit of a warm moment instead of just freaking my whole entire moment up, because I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to show you it, because I need to, keep happy. So anyways, the thing shows up. So I'm assuming that it's not just him. It's gonna come for every one of them. So whoever they're after must have sensed this and is sending this thing to everybody else. Will they be the next victim? I don't know. And their Singer is not safe either, because the scaffolding almost fell on him, thanks to Toop that saved him. Yeah, that wasn't by accident. That thing is after everyone. So I have three things to say. One, while Toop was saving Singer, he got hurt by the process and got knocked out. Two, I forgot to mention that while that thing scared the shit out of Darren got hit by a car, so he's definitely going to the hospital. And three, I feel like the reason Toop even knows about this problem is because, remember that thing that keeps following Toop, but it doesn't really hurt him, because he said he's seen this thing before and that is kind of like warning him. Maybe that's what it did. It warned him to save Singer, and this is where he hit, saving Singer, and got knocked out in the process. So yeah, episode 4 definitely got me on edge. I ain't gonna lie to you. Am I gonna be doing recaps till night? Yes. Well, actually, by next week or after next week, I do hope I can do it in the day, because ain't no way I'm gonna do this in the night. Ain't no way. Other from that, that is the end of my recap of episode 4. Let's see what next week will bring us.